Welcome to the Lion Nation Podcast. Now to your host, Chuck Crazy.
Welcome everyone to Running Brushy Middle School. It's a little new kind of spot for us to have our podcast. It is a middle school football game tonight between the Running Brushy Middle School and Leander Middle School 8th grade A teams coming up here pretty quick. There's another game going on right now at the field. It's a little rainy, so that's why we're inside. Coach Smith should be joining us here soon. I'm here with Mark Sickles tonight. We're going to go on ahead and start talking about the game from Friday night. The Dragons came into AC Bible and were able to escape kind of with a win there. 49-30. The offense is starting to chug along a little better. Defense still a little struggling at times.
Yeah, they did a good job, and you could just see the explosiveness of the offense.
Sure.
First play of the game, we run for a touchdown, and like we've talked on the broadcasts and for the games, the offense isn't necessarily a big play offense, but it has that potential. It has that potential to strike at any time. You kind of wear them down, you lull them, then you hit them with one of those options, and you can score from anywhere on the field.
It was kind of cool to see the wishbone get broken out, too.
It was. They brought out a couple new formations, and I think they caught the Dragons off guard. They were expecting the double wing every time, and they came out with different formations, threw some passes out of the backfield, and it was exciting to watch.
Okay, and Coach Smith is here, so we'll bring him on board. Coach, we didn't really have much time to talk about tonight's podcast, and so I'm not even sure who we're going to interview.
We got the two principals, if I can get them over here. The two principals, Mark Kohler and Jim Rose, they're the two principals here, and I thought they could do the trivia also.
Okay,
that'd be
that's
great.
a good idea.
Good.
Okay. Well, I got some NFL trivia pulled up, so we'll see.
I told them it was usually not, they said it's kind of random, but they'll enjoy that, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, it's football. And
yes, sir.
So it was kind of last minute. Racing across Austin, and when there's a little bit of water on the road, they forget how to drive. And so what should be about a 30-minute drive ended up being about an hour and 20 or something like that.
Yeah, that's about it. But, no, it's exciting to be here at Running Brushy Middle School. Lots of memories here for me. My sons and daughter went here, and I know you've had quite a few as well, but a lot of the students in here. And we're excited about the middle school game tonight. And, we're excited that the Leander High School coaches are here to watch the future Leander Lions play out here at Running Brushy Middle School.
Mr. Rose.
Correct. Despite the weather, there's a huge crowd out there. When I pulled up, you could hear all of the varsity lines doing leading chants out there.
It was funny,
and
man.
stuff.
Talking trash across the field is pretty funny.
They were. I mean, I heard the Florida State Seminole thing going at one point.
Yeah.
So, real quick, let's talk a little bit of Lion football. Coach, got McNeil on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
At Kelly Reeves. Give us a little quick synopsis of the McNeil defense and the offense and what we can expect from those guys.
McNeil defense is like any other team in our district. They're big. They're real big, and they're a 6A school, and they got depth. But they're going to look like Vista. They're going to look like, Cedar Ridge. They're going to be big and strong and fast. And after weeks of this, and you can kind of see the offense we're running it doesn't phase us one bit. Our offensive line comes off the ball, we block the perimeter, and our quarterback makes great decisions, and we're rolling up some points.
And we noticed we were just talking about when you came in, some new formations. I saw a little wishbone look. And
well, we know when we go in motion that people will start rolling to our motion and starting kind of rotate to that motion and to try to defend us that way. So we just said, all right, we're not going to motion. Just get in bone and see what they have. And I think that caused a little bit of trouble. They really didn't know how to line up, and it's kind of weird.
That first play.
Yeah,
untouched.
Untouched. He went, just on veer. He went, 69 yards for a touchdown. So.
Yeah.
So talk about the progression from week 1 to I believe this will be week 8
yes, sir.
of the offense. It was something new that you put in this year.
Yes, sir.
It was something that fit the team, fit the athleticism that you had on the team and the line. And now you see a progression from week 1 to week 8. Tell us about that.
You know, it's exciting. You know, when you look at it, and some of the kids, it's not easy by any means, and it takes a lot of practice and it's real intricate, and the timing's real critical, and the kids kind of embrace it, and they, you know, we've been practicing the rain for 2 days, and we've been using the same football since we started the season. And I was thinking about, you know, last year, you know, we threw the ball 50 times, and we got to have a new football, Yeah, it doesn't faze us. We pitch in the wind, we pitch in the rain, and you know, it's about, you know, the quarterback making great decisions and the line coming off the football and blocking the perimeter, and they're doing a good job.
And protecting the ball, obviously.
Yeah, and, you know, oh, my gosh, I can't believe you said that. So we haven't there's no wood around here. We're going to be the floor. So. But we're +1 in turnovers as of our last game, and we're even for the year. Last year at this time, I think we were like -12. So ball security is key. You know, we practice that every day, and the kids do a great job, and the coaches stay on top of them daily and during our drills about protecting the football.
It doesn't hurt when the defense gets out there and gets a pick or a turnover.
No, it doesn't. And you know what's good is that we cross over when we do our ball security. That our offensive kids go to the defense. The defense kids trying to strip it out and trying to get forced turnovers, and we're trying to protect the football. So we have two periods of crossover where we do that.
Well, and I've noticed that in the tackling, but I've also noticed that the tackle is still the most important thing.
Yes.
They wrap up first, and then they start ripping.
They're doing a good job. You know, that's what you talked about in the year. Just get them on the ground. Just keep getting them on the ground, and, you know, eventually if we keep making them snap it, they'll mess up. They'll fumble the ball. They'll miss a snap. They'll throw an interception. They'll don't take their ball, and it gives us a chance to break serve.
Okay, so the principals, introduce them.
Oh, okay. I'll let them
do
introduce
one. I guess we'll do one at a time.
And then Mr. Kohler's the principal, or no, Mr. Rose is the principal at RBMS.
Okay.
And you know, he's gonna take. You know, he's our main feeder. So, and then Mr. Kohler.
So be nice to him.
Oh yeah, man. Mr. Kohler's the principal at LMS, which we get about 30% of their kids, and so we're excited to both have both these guys here.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Put on his sweaty headset.
Thank you.
Well, I guess my kids missed you. Is this your first year? Or
no, it's
year?
My third year.
Third year.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so you missed all of my children. I guess my youngest was a ninth grader when you started.
Gotcha. All right.
Or no, actually, were you here, Connor, in eighth grade? I guess if it's been 3 years. You know Connor?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope everything was good.
It was great.
Okay. He's generally a good kid. So talk about your time here at Running Brushy. You know, well, before we do that, where were you born? Where did you graduate high school? Where did you go to college?
Oh, goodness. So I was born in Indiana. I went to high school in
Which part of Indiana?
The region, right, northwest Indiana. I graduated from Valparaiso High School.
Okay.
In fact, we were talking today about it being so cold, and we played a semi-state game in Mishawaka, right outside of South Bend, my junior year, and it was snowing so hard every time the ball was punted, you lost it in the snow. So it was, I guess it's not that cold today. But so yeah, I played high school football there, and then played Division III college football in Indiana as well. So
where'd you play college
Franklin
ball?
College.
Franklin.
So just right in the middle of the state, just south of Indianapolis. But a lot of fun. Enjoyed my time there.
So what brought you to Texas?
Simply a leap of faith. We were up in Indiana, and things were just kind of, stable and fine, and we said, let's go see what else is out there. And about 11, 12 years ago, we took a leap and ended up in Texas, and long story short, here I am.
Now, was it Austin that drew you in, or
not
did
really?
You start somewhere else?
I worked in Round Rock for a couple of years as an assistant principal, and like I said, we were just trying to look for some growth in a new place, and just ended up here, and didn't ever look back.
Do you have some questions, Mark?
So tell us about some of the players, that you have here, that you've met, that you've known, that that have come in from some of the elementary schools. Now they're at 8th grade. They're going to be out there playing tonight. Tell us about that group of kids in general.
So, and we were just up there watching the two games before, and we've got some tremendous athletes up there that are just all around good kids, great families, and just hardworking boys that I think love the game and work hard at it every day, and that's the best thing that I've seen in my short time here, whether it's on the football field or in the classroom or just in the hallways. We've got great kids that look out for each other and are just all around good guys that want to work hard and be the best that they can.
Do y'all have any type of wager going on for this game?
You know, we don't actually, and I'm kind of surprised because Mr. Kohler's usually pretty good about putting some out there. So we have not talked about it. I don't know, maybe something will come up.
Maybe before the game you can get something going.
I'm sure we probably will.
At least you should, like, with the other's hat on.
We'll probably have to do something.
Jersey or something all day. That would actually be kind of a good bet.
If he'll grow some hair, maybe I'll shave mine. I don't know, sure which.
Well, why don't I step out here, have him come on over and
all
take
right.
my mic, and then y'all can go back and forth, and then get to the trivia.
Definitely. Nice to meet you. Well, we'll get to know Mr. Kohler. Is that it?
That is it.
Okay. Now, Principal Kohler, how long have you been at LMS?
This is my third year at Leander Middle School as well.
So there's a little rivalry growing there. It's like a draft class.
Yeah, Mr. Rose and I were both elementary school
of
principals together, and then
kinda.
we moved to the middle school ranks at the same time. Yes.
Awesome. Now, where were you born? Where did you go to high school and
Born
college?
in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Went to high school in Texas, in Dallas, Texas, at Booker T. Washington. Went to college at Southwest Texas State, which is now Texas
Yes.
State University, and then Lamar University.
So when you went, were they D1 at that time?
We were 1AA at that time.
1AA. So
yeah.
that's when they were still really good.
Yeah, we were good. We had Barrick Neely and all kinds of good stuff. We had David Bayless with our head coach at the time.
Kind of stepped out of their classification a little bit. It's
bit.
taking some adjustments. So.
Put on some big boy pants.
Yeah,
We're working
well,
through it.
you know, they have the campus, they have the location. You know, they just got to get the right staff in there.
Well, and next year they play, I think, A&M as their first game.
Ooh.
So
that's on the road, I assume.
that would be at Kyle Field, I believe.
Yeah, that's
yes.
a big check. So
Yeah.
you want to take that every time. Now, the rivalry, it obviously transcends just football.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you know, the two middle schools here in Leander, the two main ones. Talk about how it goes into other sports and into, you know, the band competitions and choirs and all of that.
It's a good barometer. We want to, you know, we measure ourselves against our rivals. We actually look at with RBMS ourselves and Styles being the Leander schools.
Right.
If we win that trio, we consider ourselves city champs. And so we've taken down Styles already this year. So if we can take out Leander, or I know they're in the Cedar Park area, but at the same time, it works out in our favor.
Can I make a recommendation? It's still a page out of Coach Smith's book. Y'all should get a heavyweight championship belt
That would
and
be
pass
nice.
it around
There we go.
to whatever school. You know, and you could even go beyond just football. You could do like they used to do in the Big 12 and be all of the sports. And
Yes.
the overall champion, et cetera. So, well, I know they're got a game coming up here pretty quick. I'm not real sure on time where we're at.
We are probably.
we got pretty good time still. All right, well, talk about your staff there at LMS, and give us an idea of how you work with your teachers, and you know.
Well,
He mentioned how good the kids are here at Running
Yeah.
Brushy, and you know, I've had some experience over here. They are pretty good. I'm sure they're pretty good there as well.
They're good. I mean, I see some great LMS students right there sitting down, hanging out, or used to be former LMS students, doing a great job. Dyron Dixon out there dancing and doing stuff he did in our hallways. We have an amazing staff. We have a great coaching staff. Greg Steger, who's our head football coach, actually has been there for almost 20 years, pretty much back when Brett Champion hired him as the head coach when Brett Champion was the principal of Leander Middle School. And so he's been there for a minute, but he coached here at Leander High School. And then we have an amazing staff that work with our kids every single day. We only feed 30% of our kids to LHS, but it's a good 30%. And, you know, we're able to give out Mateo DeLuca and his mom. Came here to cheer at games, so if you ever go to a game where Mateo is at, you'll hear his mom on the sidelines yelling. So we were able to feed the school with amazing talent, amazing kids, and it's just neat to see them grow through our system.
Well, and does that change the way that when they rezone? Does that change the number of kids that go, or when
It
they
does.
add another high school, like when they added Glenn?
It does. The zoning will change, and we were in a meeting today that we'll have to be looking at zoning here pretty much coming soon, because Middle School 9 is slated to open up in 2 years, and that's going to be across the street from Glenn High School. And so what will happen is they'll have to look at, you know, if we're 70% Glenn, 30% Leander right now, what will that look like when we get relieved? Because we're growing. We're not to the capacity that RBMS is, but if you know growth in this area, it's all going north. And so
Right.
our northern schools are about to
That's
blow
where all
up.
the land is.
That's all the land. Well, it was land. Now it's houses. But so that's where all the growth is. And as that growth comes in, the more kids come in. And then we'll have to reshift and see kind of where our attendance zones kind of lie. And so we work through that system. We know it's fluid. But we are Leander High School. That's the first feeder we had. My wife, actually, what brought me here is my wife went to Leander Junior High in the same hallways of the school that I'm the principal of. She was a Leander Lion. And so this place has a special part in our family.
That's pretty neat. And there is a lot of family that seems to come back because there at Leander High School is Chris Simpson, obviously. And
he's the mayor of Leander, I believe.
He attended Leander High School. And,
he is pretty
so
old.
He remembers
back in the day,
Principal Rouse yelling at him. So
Yes.
all right, well, let's get trivia. I didn't do a whole lot of prep work. We, used to pull out Gary's our trivia guy. He's not here tonight. He'd pull out the history of Leander trivia that nobody knows. So I'm going to do NFL trivia because you both seem like sports
here we
guys
go.
here.
I was gonna say,
Plus, it's the easiest one that I could find on my phone.
We'll take it.
if I can look over your shoulder, maybe I can beat Kohler.
No, I got to lean back here. So first question, and we'll start with LMS since they're the visitors here.
Thank you.
What Native American language was Super Bowl 30 the first to be broadcast in?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Do you have a guess?
Cherokee.
Cherokee's a good guess, but it's incorrect. It's a Navajo.
Navajo.
That was my second guess.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. How many years must a player be retired? This is for you. How many years must a player be retired to be eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Oh, good night. I'm going to say 5.
That is correct.
Don't give him the answers, bro.
So we got one over here
All
for
right.
running brushy.
First one wins, right?
Well, we go until I run out of questions.
Okay, there you go.
And there's not that many. So.
Thank goodness.
Okay, what was Miami quarterback Bob Greasy the first NFL football player to wear in a game in 1977?
A face mask?
That's
Man.
ridiculous.
77?
I have no idea.
Hand warmers.
No, glasses.
Well, all right.
I guess he had the first pair of rec specs. I don't know.
There you go.
Okay, so we're back to running brushy here.
Let's
What
go.
record-setting quarterback was the NFL's 82nd draft pick in 1979? Considered by many to maybe be the best.
Joe Montana.
That's correct.
Some more softballs for RBMS.
2-0, baby. 2-0.
We got a Homer host over here, so you'll at least be able to say that. All 3 of his kids went there. Okay, back to LMS. What sportscaster posted an NFL coaching record of 103 wins, 22 losses, and 7 ties? What sportscaster posted an NFL coaching career?
Well, I don't think John Madden was that good of a coach, was he? So I'm trying to think of other sportscasters who coached. Current sportscaster, or he is now no longer a sportscaster?
You can't get
okay.
clues.
It's
Come
2-0. We'll give him a clue. He's former.
Former.
And you were real close earlier.
So was it John Madden?
Yes, it was.
There
John.
you go.
Oh, there you go.
Boom!
2-1.
What you had here?
Go
was
with your gut,
There
man.
you go.
Go
I
with your
got
gut.
it.
Here we go. Back to RBMS. What were NFL players required to wear in games for the first time in 1943?
43. I want to say face masks.
Incorrect.
Oh, got it.
You want to?
Can that maybe possibly be a helmet?
It is a helmet.
Yes.
So
See?
we're tied up at 2. Back to LMS. What 3 NFL teams had lost 4 Super Bowls each through 1996?
I'll tell you, the Philadelphia Eagles just won the Super Bowl, so if anybody didn't know that, they're the current champions, but lost. Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right.
4 Super Bowls each. The Buffalo Bills lost 4 straight Super Bowls. If
That's correct.
That's correct. Let's think.
You're going to have to go back into the 70s for one of them. And part of the second one.
Maybe Miami?
Incorrect.
Oh.
Do you have a guess?
Yeah, Miami was going to be my guess, actually.
Well, now you
So
can
we
take
know Buffalo
advantage
for
of-
sure. Lost four. The New York Giants.
That's incorrect.
No.
It's Denver and Minnesota.
Oh, man.
Does Minnesota
Fran
play
Tarkenton.
football still?
Yeah.
Daggone.
They're pretty good, actually. Okay, I forgot who. It's your
I think
turn.
it's my turn.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause we're doing awesome.
It's
Good
hey,
thing
we're
we
not
can-
at it too. It's just like the game's going to be. It's going to be tight.
Good thing this is not our curriculum.
Okay. I was going to say something real smart. We're going to hold it in because I'm still intimidated by the principal. Yeah, this many years later.
Be careful.
Okay. RBMS. Who has scored the most points for the Broncos in all of their Super Bowls combined? Touchdowns, field goals, and extra points.
Ooh, and there was the clue right there, too. It's going to be their kicker. But I can't tell you who it is. No clue.
It's not a kicker.
It's not
I'll
a
tell
kicker.
you that.
All right.
So guess somebody.
Help me out, fellas.
Terrell.
Peyton Manning didn't play long enough for the Broncos to have the most points.
So.
I'll defer to
Man,
Kohler.
you guys are young.
I'm going with Terrell Davis.
Oh, that's a good guess, but
Oh.
it's not correct. It's John Elway.
Oh, that was
It's-
obvious.
Oh.
Oh.
That's what I was
Yeah.
like. What's going on here? Okay, well that's
There's
it.
my
we
softball
tied,
again.
We tied, so I have to find some new questions real quick. Hold on.
Tiebreaker
Here we
question.
go.
The tiebreaker.
How do you spell LMS?
Let's see here. Hold on. Oh, here we got some more. Oh, it's the same one. Nope.
We can try them again.
It does have some same questions. Okay, ready? We're at LMS. What Cowboys 99-yard run from scrimmage put this player in the NFL football record books in 1983?
1983. Tony Dorsett?
That is correct.
Yes.
3-2. Back to you with the best team in the league. What team hired the? Oh wait, okay. I just gave you the answer. It's the Cowboys.
That's what I was going to say. It's Cowboys.
It's another Philadelphia Eagles question.
Who was the first athlete to rap at a pro football musical gala in 1995?
Sounds like a Kohler question. 95.
Ooh. No.
You could hear his college's chant going on at the game earlier.
Was it? Oh.
That's the only hint you're going to
Oh,
get.
good night.
I know.
You're already up 3-2, and I don't have a good guess.
We're going to go to 5, so you still got a chance to rally.
Would that be primetime Deion Sanders?
That would be. It's
Yes.
4-2 now.
Doggone it.
And we're back to LMS. He could ice it here. What teams played in the first All-California Super Bowl?
Dun, dun, dun. Well, that would be the Raiders. Oh.
The 49ers
Correct.
and
There's only one more. Well, there's actually 2 now. But
who's left?
It's a truck.
At the
There's a-
time, there was only
There's
one
a
more.
truck that possibly is also named this.
There's a truck.
Yeah.
Eric
it's not- it's-
Dickerson.
No. LaDainian Tomlinson it would be the name for the running back for this team.
Oh, were
And
they
now
there?
the Rams.
No.
No, what are you
no.
guys doing?
Softball.
Come on, you're throwing me answers. You're not even right. I don't know.
The Rams weren't in California at that time. They were in St. Louis.
That's great.
Come on, guys.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a Cowboys question.
Oh, this would be great.
How many of the 5 Dallas Super Bowl wins did Tom Landry coach?
He coached 2 of them.
That is correct. LMS wins 5-3. Hopefully, it's not an
Well,
omen for what's going to
As
happen on
long
the
as we
field.
keep winning on the field, it'll be all right. I'll take the loss.
So I just before we let y'all,
There's one more game, boys. There's one more game.
before I let y'all go, are y'all going to do the heavyweight championship belt thing?
We can figure something out.
I think
sure,
that would
yeah,
be
yeah.
cool.
Definitely, we'll figure something out.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed meeting your 2 of your 3 Leander Middle School principals, and we've got a game coming up on Thursday for the varsity. It's at Kelly Reeves. We'll be broadcasting live video because it is Thursday night. So make sure you tune in. And then I believe the sub-varsities play on Wednesday. Is that correct? That is correct. I'm getting all kinds of nods from coaches. So everybody go out and watch the middle school game. Come out in a couple of nights to Kelly Reeves and cheer on the Lions. Let's go. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go Tigers.
Oh, he's had the biggest problem.